Hey everybody, I'm Dylan Full. Welcome back. Thanks for watching. Today we're making chocolate raspberry waffle cake. A few days ago, this recipe popped up on Facebook and it looked amazing. They had this quick, 45-second video how they made it, but I want to show you the whole thing from start to finish. So the recipe calls for a boxed chocolate cake. I couldn't find one at Trader Joe's today, so we're gonna have to start from scratch. It takes a little more time, but it'll probably be way better anyway. So first step, you wanna get 1 cup of water boiling on high heat. Then you're gonna take all your dry ingredients and put them into 1 large mixing bowl. We do 1 3/4 cup of flour. Whichever flour you have is fine, because like we always say, cooking is not an exact science. And since we're at high altitude, we probably need a little bit more than 1 3/4 anyway. Now we need 2 cups of sugar. Oops. And don't worry about making a mess, because who cares? You can clean it up. All right, now we need 3/4 cup of cocoa. Close enough. Next we need 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder. There's a half and a whole. Then we need the same amount, 1 1/2 of baking soda. Remember when you made volcanoes with this? I don't remember what you had to put the baking soda in to make it into a volcano though. All right, now next is a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Got it. All right, that's set. Now take your whisk thing and mix it a little bit. Perfect. Done with the dry ingredients. Now we do the wet ingredients. Now we got 2 eggs, a dark and a light, because they're all the same on the inside, right? And I always like to wash my hands in between this because it's salmonella. Now we just need a cup of milk. I'm using almond milk because I don't have regular. Oh, you can also use yogurt. I've ran out of milk before and just used yogurt and that was fine. So you have lots of options. Coconut milk would probably be the best because coconut's delicious. Then a 1/2 cup of oil. Make sure to put your cap back on. Next is 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Make sure you can get the real vanilla. They have fake vanilla. I don't know why. 2 of that, and we're set. Whisk it together. All right, when that's all combined, then we have to add in the boiling water. So we grab that. And it doesn't say to, but I would whisk it while you do it. Now we're going to add the wet to the dry, and you can stir it until it looks like cake batter. Not too much. You don't need it to be like super smooth. That's why we're not using the machine. Just by hand is plenty good. That looks perfect. So really, that took you 5 minutes. It's not that much more difficult than the box. All right, now we're gonna clean up and prepare for the waffle part. All right, so now we're ready to start the waffle cake process. You need a round waffle maker, and we're gonna pour 1/3 cup of the cake batter into the waffles. I got this coconut oil spray. Hopefully it lets them release easier than whatever reason Trader Joe's doesn't sell Pam. So this is what we got. All right, I also don't have a 1/3 cup. I have a 1/2 cup, so just not quite all the way full. Should do it. Close that. It says 1.5 minutes, but I like them a little bit crispier, so we might go a little bit longer. We're gonna have to repeat that 8 times. We got 8 layers of waffle in between the raspberry filling. All right, so the key to all of this is these freeze-dried raspberries. Trader Joe's was the only place I could find that has them locally. If you don't have Trader Joe's, Amazon does have them, but then you gotta plan a few days ahead. It's even 2-day shipping. Seems like it takes forever sometimes. So we're gonna pour the bag of raspberries into our little blender thing. I just saw there's one of these non-edible things. Make sure you get that out first. I don't know what this does. It's so weird. It's in everything. It's in the battery of the camera that I just got. All right, good on that. Now we put a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar in with the raspberries, and we're gonna blend it into dust, which should take 2 seconds. Looks pretty dusty. Yeah, Don't breathe that in. So now the raspberries are dust. We have to add our mascarpone. It's Italian cream cheese, so you have to say it like that, mascarpone. They had this at Trader Joe's. I'm sure they have it everywhere. If you can't find it, just use regular cream cheese, but they should have it everywhere. Throw the whole thing in there. Check our waffle. All right, waffle's done. Have one of these wire racks handy is helpful. Put it right there. All right, we got one. I think you should spray it every time, or it's always safer to, because if it sticks in there, it sucks. So a third cup wasn't enough. That's interesting. So use half a cup. Let's try that and see how that works. Try and spread it around. We want it big. Cool. Let it sit for like 2 minutes. Now we go to our heavy whipping cream. So you need a cup for this mixture in here. Last thing we add is a teaspoon of vanilla. Throw on our cap. And we're gonna try and like get this into like a whipped cream cheese raspberry mixture that's gonna be delicious. It's mixing all right, but you're gonna have to like spread it around a little bit, I think. Wow, that looks freaking bomb. I'm telling you, this recipe looks so good. When you see this finished product, you're gonna make it like that day, I bet. Okay, this is what we want. So something like that. Check that out, let's try it. That is ridiculously good. All right, waffle done. So it looks like half a cup is about right. So you're gonna want these waffles to cool. So we're gonna throw them in the refrigerator while the other ones are cooking. So by the time the last one's done, hopefully most of them are cool. While we wait for our waffles to finish cooking, we have our raspberry cream cheese done. We need to make some chocolate ganache. So we're gonna take a half of a cup of our heavy whipped cream. Then we're going to put it on the stove until it simmers. We don't want it to boil. We need it to like simmer where it's just like little bubbles, not big bubbles. That's the difference. Medium heat also, not high heat. These waffles smell amazing, by the way. If you want to just eat these as like morning, God, they're hot though. Morning waffles. Go ahead and do that too, but I think with the raspberry, it'll be even better. All right, so for our chocolate ganache, the cream is just about ready. Now we're gonna take a half a bag of chocolate chips, put it in a bowl, and then we're gonna pour the cream on top of it, and we'll give it a stir, and this is how chocolate ganache is made. Simple as that. All right. That was weird. Never had that happen before. All right, so our ganache is pretty creamy. This is about what we want. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna take a waffle, put down some raspberry filling, some chocolate ganache, another waffle, and do that. Stack it until it's 8 high. It's gonna be ridiculous. All right, now we're done. We just gotta keep cooking these waffles. So we'll fast forward through that. Oh, they're hot. They're hot. Don't do that. Use the tongs. That was stupid. So this cake is for Kim's birthday, so we don't get to try a piece of it after it's all done. So I'm gonna, with this bonus waffle, make a little sample and see how it goes. So we'll take a little bit of the cream, tiny bit of chocolate waffle. This is just kind of like a little special treat. Reward yourself, you worked hard. Look at this. Whoa. All right. That's insane. It's like the waffles are just crispy enough. There's some creamy raspberries. The real one will have like actual raspberries on top as well, so it'll be even better, but this is amazing. Okay, our waffles are nice and cool. Let's build this sucker. We want a sturdy base, grab a nice solid one, throw it right in the center. Now we're gonna take a scoop of this raspberry cream. It really didn't make as much as it looked like in their video, so be like gentle with it, I would say, but still try and get it all the way to the edges. Then we're gonna take some of this chocolate ganache, spread it around, get it, like that's gonna be the best part, is like you're gonna grab a bite of the waffle. It's full of chocolate and raspberry. It's gonna be amazing. All right, now we grab another waffle and repeat the process. Just try and really balance out how much you have and how much you use, because keep in mind you're doing the 8 layers. All right, our last one. So we have our last little bit of this raspberry filling stuff. Try and save enough to like fill the whole thing. All right, so for the top, very top, we have our fresh raspberries. Use as much as you feel like. Just cover the whole thing, is fine. Look at how tall this thing is. I'm supposed to take it camping, but there's no chance that's gonna survive. Oh well, it'll still taste good. All right, now take the rest of your chocolate and just like pour it over it. Get some on the edges, down the sides, go crazy with it. Highly recommend this recipe. This is my first time making it. Super easy, super delicious. This is a blast. Thanks for watching.